Hey everyone, welcome back to Lumber Capital Log Yard. Today we are going to be running the edger, and I just wanted to walk you through how this machine works and the system we have set up here. First off, remember to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram at lumbercapital07. First off, we have two very large piles here, so we have a lot of work to do. You can see here that we have them separated out just so that the tractor can easily lift each section and carry them over, because the forks on the tractor actually can't handle a lot of weight, so we don't stack them very high before putting pieces of dunnage down for the tractor. It's been too hot for hot coffee, so I've been drinking cold coffee, but it's like gonna be 70 degrees or something today, so I'm like, it's not too hot for a nice cup of hot coffee. Our edger is a real steel. I get a lot of people asking me what brand our edger is, and you can see here it's spelled a little funny, so I never remember how to spell it when I'm trying to answer comments, but yeah, you can see there it's a real steel, and it works pretty good. We can open it up and look inside, see how it works here. So you can see here that there are two blades. This one moves back and forth, and this one stays where it is. So this one sets the dimension basically, depending on how far out it goes. So I'm going to move this right here, and you can watch inside to see what happens. I'm gonna just change the dimension on this. So you can see that only that one blade moves. So I don't know if you can lift these rollers up at all, but one complaint that I would have about this is that you can only put a 1-inch piece through, maybe like 1 1/4. So it doesn't take anything too thick. So we can't put any 2-inch through this, which kind of is a hassle when we have bulky 2-inch pieces, because we do inventory at 2-inch. But it works fine because I just set the mill to cut flitches at 1-inch. So this is how you set your dimension. You just press this lever in, and is it a lever? Would it be a lever? Point this dookie thing like that and wheel it around.
Pull down on the handle.
Pull down on the handle and you can spin it. One complaint I have about this is it always gets stuck, and you just have to take some grease. It's really hard to get to the spot in the machine that you have to grease. I just put ATF fluid on it. But it's a real hassle when you have to grease that, and I basically have to do it every time, because you can see here it turns like that and then it just really struggles to go up. So I'm gonna have to grease it before we start, which is just routine. It's just like I said, they don't make it easy to get to that spot they have to grease for as often as you have to grease it. They really make that challenging. So this is how you know what your dimension is gonna be. So it can be a little confusing at first sight, but I'll explain to you how it works here. So if you have a board that has a nice flat side, but the other side is barky, so you only want to debark basically one side, you're going to use this side of the edger. And you're going to use your bottom measurements then, because it starts at 1 right here and then goes out. And then you'll notice that it starts from 1 out here and then goes out on this side. So this only edges one side, and then if you use this side of the edger, then this is going to edge both sides, because you saw that there were two blades in there. So for this side, you're going to use the top one here, and you see that the one actually starts way out here, so that would be where your first blade is inside. And the wider your little thing goes, so I could set that at 12 inches, and that's going to edge both sides at 12 inches. So here's a better close-up. of what I'm talking about here. See, you can see that the one starts on this side on the bottom and the one starts on this side here, so it counts up differently. So then your board is going to come out on this side with both of the edged pieces. And from there we have a trailer that we set up kind of at an angle so it can easily just go right off, which I know you guys have seen on some of my other edger videos. And then we put all the edges in jigs. So we actually separate out afterward the edges that would be good for stickers. And we actually have a huge pile here behind us if we just take a look. This is the pile that we separated out yesterday from the edger pile, and these are all going to be good for stickers. We only need a good 50 inches, so if there's a little bark on the end, you know, we can probably get 2 stickers out of this. We prefer the 2-inch ones. We don't like the 1x1s. We like the 1x2s for stickers. It's just a little bit more sturdy. So then, as far as the bad edges go, the ones that we don't want to use as stickers, they go with the pile of slabs down below that you guys saw yesterday. And basically that's really good for kindling. It puts in a good variety there for our customers as well. So you have the big firewood chunks and then also the little bits that you can chop up for kindling. Since I graduated, well, let me rephrase that. Since Jade and I graduated high school, we've been up here working full time. So we've been running the mill a lot of hours. Since we've been doing that, we've had to run the edger a lot more often. We actually get a lot of flitches. We can actually sticker every single day if we're running the mill for as many hours as we do every day. And it's kind of is getting to the point where we could run the edger, every other day? Pretty much. So we have quite a pile here because we're still adjusting to the fact that we probably need to run the edger a little bit more often. It just, it is kind of a hassle having to have a completely different machine. And I know I've had some people say that we should just have the edger right with the mill and run the pieces through the edger. Unfortunately, we've thought about doing that, but it would make it a thing where we had to probably put a third person on the mill. And we really thought, just to make it efficient, it'd be too much responsibility for one swamper to be pulling off all the boards and also running flitches through the edger. It'd be a third person. So that's just not worth it. 2 people can run the edger, and the same two people can also run the mill. So it doesn't make as much sense, but this is the system we have set up, and that's why we do it this way. So I think it's about time to get started up on this here machine, and you guys can see it in action. So let's do this thing. That's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram at lumbercapital07. And if you guys would like to buy some merch or at least check it out, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. I'm going to take a break from making videos for a few days, so I will miss you guys. Make sure to tune in once I get up and rolling again, but I will be taking some time off. I appreciate your guys' support, and thanks for watching.